Today's episode is a little different. Firstly, it's episode 100. Woohoo! What a great milestone. And I wanted to thank you so much, my dear, dear listener, because in just under 9 months since I relaunched the podcast in April, we've reached over 8,000 downloads, which is pretty exciting. I wanted to take a few minutes to slow things down today, though, and really explain what the Classroom Reset is, and maybe even more importantly, what it's not. Because if you've ever looked at a PD opportunity and thought, I don't have the time, the energy, or the brain space for yet another thing, I want you to stay with me for this episode. It's January, after all, the longest, the dreariest month of the year. And yet it's also the month that we start with so much hope for something new and reinvigorating. And it's the perfect time for a reset. But let's face it, any time is really a good time for a reset, because if you feel the need for it, chances are you just need it. And right now, we're in the middle of a flash sale. For just 3 days, you can get inside the Classroom Reset at an amazing discount. Go to theinspiredclassroom.com/reset to check out the latest information and to get your discount on getting inside. So let me take you behind the scenes today to really share with you all about the Classroom Reset. Hey friends, welcome to Enjoy Teaching Again, the podcast for teachers who love the work but need a little spark to bring the joy back. I'm your host, Elizabeth Peterson, classroom teacher, arts integration specialist, and passionate educator of over 25 years. If you're overwhelmed by behaviors, disengaged students, and long, exhausting days, you are not alone. But together, we can turn things around and you can teach with confidence and purpose again. So locate that cold coffee of yours, find your favorite pen, I know you have one, and let's dive in. It's time to get inspired and enjoy teaching again.
What I love about your courses is whatever you're doing or whatever lesson you're rolling out, you can go into the classroom and do it tomorrow and build upon that and build upon that.
Awesome.
And I think that's really important because there's so many PDs out there that you sit in for 8 hours, you sit in for 2 days, you walk away with either way too much, and then the weekend hits and you're back in the grind of SMART goals and this meeting and that staff meeting and who's absent and who can sub and sorry, you lost your prep today. Where I feel your course is you're doing it. And it's a truly, truly collaborative environment. Your course is authentic.
So today I'm talking to the teacher who loves teaching, but knows it feels harder than it used to. The teacher whose classroom can feel louder, can feel heavier, maybe more exhausting than it really should. And maybe you've even wondered, is it just me? Honestly, I find myself talking to this teacher all the time. You're tired from all the work that you need to keep up on. You're overwhelmed by the student behaviors that just seem consistent and constant. And, you feel like you're drowning and you're on the brink of burnout. Now, I've been in the classroom for, this is my 27th year. And for the last 20 years, I actually can't believe it's been 20 years, I've worked with and coached hundreds of teachers inside workshops and courses and when I was hosting retreats. And over those 2 decades, I've seen so many teachers just tired of how things are going in their schools and in their classrooms, and some truly on the cusp of burnout. And it's not just about the student behavior, although that is a huge change that's happened over the years, how students actually behave in the classroom. But it's also how we've been stripped of our autonomy. We've been given mandated and scripted curriculum. We don't have that flexibility or the time like we used to do some of those creative and fun activities with our students, the ones that really made learning come alive and made teaching enjoyable. And that wears on you. And believe me, I get it, because you're not a robot. You're a talented, creative, caring teacher, a professional who sometimes is just not treated like one. And if I can be honest, that feeling kinda sucks. But here's what I want you to hear very clearly. That feeling is not a sign that you're a failure. It's not because you're doing something wrong. That feeling is a sign that your classroom, and maybe you, need a reset. You don't need a new program. You don't need a new district initiative. You don't need to scroll endlessly through Pinterest for that one perfect activity. You need a reset. A reset that helps you to get back to the things that you love about teaching, the creativity, the connection, the fun, the moments when you feel like you're on fire and making a difference in your classroom, when your students are genuinely smiling and they're smiling about what they're doing and what they're learning, not smiling because you gave them their Chromebook to play during indoor recess. And I believe, actually, I know from all my years of teaching and coaching and consulting that there are 3 things that change everything in a classroom: culture, engagement, social emotional support. That is how we reset the classroom. Classrooms are going to reset when students feel connected and engaged and supported. And I created the Classroom Reset after working with hundreds of teachers who didn't need more strategies or another initiative handed to them. They needed support, they needed space, and they needed someone to walk alongside them while they rebuilt what was happening in their classroom in real time. Okay, so let me tell you about what the Classroom Reset actually is and how it's structured. So it is a 6-month guided reset experience, and it has personalized support. So inside, we look at how to rebuild your classroom culture, how to re-engage students through creative strategies, and how to strengthen and support your students' social emotional learning so that behavior calms, so that focus improves, and you can actually start enjoying teaching again without adding more to your plate. Now, I really want to be clear about something because this matters, okay? The Classroom Reset does include course content. There are lessons and reflections, videos to watch, simple things that I'm going to ask you to do, and tools that you can return to as you need them. But you are not spending 6 months completing a course, okay? You can actually get the course content done pretty quickly. But I'm going to invite you to take your time, okay, and spend those 6 months really going through the steps of the framework so that you can really start to incorporate what you're learning into your classroom. This isn't about finishing the lessons and getting them done. It's more about changing what your day feels like, changing how you think about things, changing how you end up doing things. And that's the great thing about the Classroom Reset and all the lessons, the course content. You can do the course content while you're teaching and implement it side by side. You can also take the Classroom Reset and work through the content during a break, whether it's, a winter break or the summer break or spring break, and then start applying some of what you're learning inside the classroom when you get back into the classroom. You move through the course content at your own pace. So there are no due dates. There's no pressure to keep up with the rest of the class. There's no falling behind. Like I say to so many of my students, I'm not here to put stress on you. I'm here to help take some of that stress away. Now, you may be wondering, what is the actual reset framework? Well, I'll outline it very quickly for you, okay? So the reset framework is 5 steps, and it follows the letters of reset, R-E-S-E-T. Okay, so the first thing we do in our reset in step 1, step R, is reflect. Reflect and get ready to reset. In step 2, we look very closely at how to establish a caring classroom culture. Step 3 is about supporting your students' social emotional learning. And of course, if you know me, we're going to do that in a creative way using some of the principles and strategies of SEAL, social, emotional, artistic learning. Step 4 is all about engagement and utilizing creativity and the arts to help engage your students. And then finally, with step 5, that's where we tighten up your classroom reset plan so that we have an actual plan for you to use in your classroom. And then we'll talk about how you can check in with yourself and get all the support that you need to move on your plan. If you want more information about those reset steps, I want to encourage you to go to theinspiredclassroom.com/reset. That's where you can get some more details about those 5 steps and, of course, all the other information about how to enroll. Now, if you're listening to this episode in real time, you may already know that right now we are in the middle of a 3-day flash sale for the Classroom Reset, where you can get an amazing discount on the entire Classroom Reset experience. There's more information inside the show notes, and you can always go to theinspiredclassroom.com/reset to also get the information you need to get inside during this flash sale. Now, the real value of the reset is the ongoing support. And that's the coaching, the reflection, the guidance as you implement what works for your students. And inside the Classroom Reset, you actually get personalized one-on-one support, which means anytime you have a question, anytime you're struggling with something, anytime you have an idea that you want to brainstorm or flesh out, you contact me and I get back to you and we go back and forth and talk about your specific situation, your content, your grade level, and what's going to work for your students. Here's a way to think about how the Classroom Reset experience is actually structured. The course is like a GPS. Imagine pulling out your phone and plugging in your destination and up pops a map, right, with a bold blue line. That's the course content. Your destination is a calm, connected, creative classroom, and the reset framework is that bright blue line that leads you through the steps of establishing a caring classroom culture, engaging students through the arts and creativity, and supporting their social and emotional needs. The GPS gives you direction. It shows you where you're headed. It helps you to understand the bigger picture. But anyone who's ever used a GPS knows this. Real life doesn't always follow the original route. There's traffic, there's construction, there's detours that you didn't plan for, and that's what classrooms are like, right? Lots of construction, lots of detours. And the real value of the Classroom Reset experience is the ongoing personalized support because it helps you to reroute in real time. If something isn't working with your students, you're not stuck. If a strategy isn't coming together right away, you're not behind. You're just responding to what's actually happening in your classroom, and I'm here to help you navigate it all. The course gives you direction, and the support helps you to navigate it all. I've watched teachers come into the reset feeling overwhelmed and doubting themselves. And within weeks, they're talking about calmer transitions, stronger relationships, and students who are just more focused and regulated. One teacher told me, for the first time in years, I don't feel like I'm failing my students or myself. I mean, come on, can you get any better than that? Imagine walking into your classroom feeling calm and happy instead of exasperated before the kids even walk in. Your students know what to expect. You feel connected again, and teaching feels meaningful, not draining. That's what a reset creates. Because here's the thing, without a reset, nothing really changes. The behavior continues, the exhaustion can build, and the joy that you once felt keeps slipping further away. I don't believe you're meant to push through another year feeling like that. I really don't. It's not about doing more. It's not about pushing through. It's not about finding more things that may or may not work. It's about resetting what you already do, what's already in your heart, what's already part of who you are as a teacher. These approaches will feel natural, they'll feel effortless, and like second nature in your everyday teaching. And that's the point. It's about resetting what you have deep down, uncovering what is already at your core, and pulling out the best of who you are as a teacher, while also discovering new and exciting ways to make all of that happen for yourself and for your students. Let's make your classroom the place where learning and teaching feels joyful again. And right now is the perfect time, because we are open for just a short 3-day flash sale where you can get inside the Classroom Reset at an amazing discounted price. If this episode feels like it's been describing your needs, then your next step is absolutely to join me inside the Classroom Reset experience. This is your chance to be supported, not fixed, not evaluated, just supported. You don't need a new program. You need a reset. You can learn more and enroll at theinspiredclassroom.com/reset. I'd love to support you inside. I hope this episode inspired you, encouraged you, or gave you a fresh idea to try. And if so, I would love for you to take a screenshot and text it to one of your teaching buddies. I'm so grateful that you landed here with me today, and it would mean the world to me if you would leave me a review over on Apple Podcast. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode. This is Elizabeth Peterson reminding you to get inspired so you can be inspiring to your students and enjoy teaching again.